wonderful Freelancer Joe, ready to once again get cracking. And how are you all doing on this fine and wonderful and glorious Wednesday afternoon? Yes, here where I am located, it is actually a very, very nice winter day. We got light blue, clear skies. We still got snow on the ground. It's cold, and it's quite blustery, actually. But it's not that blustery that takes your breath away, and it's not so cold that it actually hurts to breathe, like through your nose. But it's still pretty cold. I wouldn't recommend staying outside if you don't have to. But then again, I never do recommend that you stay outside unless you have to. There's a reason why humanity went through all the effort of building houses and such. That's because nature is a tough place. Very harsh and unforgiving. And I'm just diving in to set things up. Wow. Am I motivated? Am I energized? Am I jacked? Well, of course I'm jacked, but I've actually opted to take a break today for my bodyweight training. And that would be because, well, I believe that the strain itself is now gone. The back is still kind of hurting, and that's actually the other thing that had been bothering me before this, which is, I guess, in a way a good sign, but in a way a bad sign. So since I do not want to overdo things before the upcoming deviation to the schedule, I'm going to take it easy. And also, why I'm so eager to jump and dive right into things, could it be just because I am so full of verve? Could be. Could it be because I'm so excited to be sharing my time with you? Could be. Could it be because Freelancer Joe actually figured out what the issue was? Could be. But, well, you'll just have to sit through this rambling and this slow interface until we can figure out what the answer is to that question. But how y'all doing? Doing good and fine and fantastico? I hope so. That'd be very nice if you are. You know, and I even wish that on people that don't watch my channel. Although they would be fantastico if they watched my channel. But that's just me. Perhaps, just perhaps, I'm a little bit biased in that direction. Ah, but who wouldn't want to spend time with me? Seriously. Well, maybe not seriously. Being a little hyperbolic there. Just a little. Truth be told, I feel just a twinge of pity for those who would not want to spend time with me. It's just a twinge. But I wouldn't force them to be with me. I believe in the right to free association. You don't want to spend time with somebody, then you shouldn't have to spend time with somebody. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to start up Bella Music School. Ooh. I hope you picked that up. Otherwise, I may have spoiled the surprise. Yep. Oh, maybe, perhaps I'm in such a high energy mood today because I've just about wrapped up everything I need to do at work before the upcoming deviation of my schedule. That should give you a hint to just what kind of deviation to my schedule is going to be. That I actually want to finish up items at work. That would imply that I wouldn't be going into work either. Is the deviation because I have prognosticated? I have the foresight that I'm going to suffer another dreadful injury? I would need foresight for that. That's just playing the odds. Da. So let's see what we got going on. Yeah. Wednesday, middle of the week. How's your week going? Is it going good? Going well. I'm sorry for those of you who speak the Queen's English. La-di-da, with your tea and your crumpets, and your scones. Are those scones an English dish or a French dish? I don't know. It's all hoity-toity and fancy to me. I actually have questions about whether English muffins are really English. I think I knew the answer to that at one time. But since I don't get to eat English muffins too often, it's one of those things where if it's not constantly in my head, it kind of drifts away. I think I have like the absolute opposite of what is known as an eidetic memory. I'm sure there are those out there that conjecture that the human brain really doesn't forget anything, as long as the brain cells aren't destroyed. Oh, is the memory imprinted on the brain cells, or is it imprinted on something else? Who knows? Certainly not scientists. Oh, sure, they say they know. But I bet you like 100 years from now, they're going to sound like the quacks back in the old day that said cocaine was good for you. Or all those dietitians who said that fatty diets were bad for you, and you should go with carbs. Log in. Alright, so why is this blue? This is blue because I made it blue? Let's see, why did I make it blue? Button root tech. Button root. Is blue, have I specified blue anywhere in here? One place, right here, button text selected. Where have I specified this? Okay, right. Text class, but our menu item actually has no style associated with it. So let's see if it did recompile. Alright, good, it did. Okay, so when we were last together, I was looking at this link, which was somebody reported an issue with the Material UI that sounded very similar to what the problem I was dealing with. The overriding background color for selected menu items is not honored in some cases. And I looked at this, and I was like, I tried this, right? So I went in here, and I added that overrides, which in this case I have specified it as orange. Let's go ahead and get rid of this blue too while we're at it, because I don't want that. I don't want that blue. Okay, right? So we've got MUI menu item overrides, root, blah blah, background color, ampersand, $sign selected, background color orange, right? And then where he doesn't even have to apply it to the menu item. That's all he has to do, right? So that's what I tried. So let's see if that actually does it. It's not going to, because that's exactly what we did yesterday. So, well, actually, let's double check to make sure that blue's gone. Blue's gone. Great. We go here. And we go here. And no. Nothing. Nada. So that's where I cut off. And I was quite perturbed. Very, very perturbed. So perturbed, in fact, that I spent an extra 15 minutes afterwards looking at it even closer. It's funny. Apparently, some of these issues I can't solve within 30 minutes. But I can't solve them in 30 minutes over 2 days. I have to actually spend just a little bit more time. So after spending an extra 15 minutes just looking and looking and looking, I was like, yeah, it's weird. I mean, so this is a little different, right? But this basically says, okay, you take the theme that we define at the top level. Where do we do that? Where do we do that? I think it's in the root container. Root container. Right. So the root container, I define a theme right here. And I provide it, what is this? Theme. Where does theme come from? That's interesting. Where does theme come from? Okay. It comes from create MUI theme. Right? And I pass it in a value for my configuration file. Okay, so that's the application-wide theme. And locally, here I define styles, which is more style things, and I merge it with that application-wide theme. And that's what this entire component should be using. So I'm like baffling my head, or banging my head, because it looks, exactly the same. Exactly like that. Well, except for that merging thing. So is the merging thing causing the problem? Actually, no. I look very carefully here because I hadn't read too much into this overrides thing. You see here, they define the overrides as they create the theme. Alright, so that's kind of interesting. So what happens if I add this overrides here all the way on the application level? Application level definition of the theme. So instead of background color orange, I'm going to make the background color blue. I'm feeling blue. What does that do? I'd give you a hint, but it's entirely possible that I'm wrong. Possible, but not likely. So now you see that background blue. And when I click on it, is the selected item now orange? Why, yes it is. Alright. So what happens is that you define the theme application-wide, which applies to all the various little elements. And then you used to be able to define styles locally to kind of override those individual parts for that particular component. Now, for whatever reason, you can't do that anymore. I don't know why. And this has been as of March 2018, so it's been there a while. So this is what Oliver Tessanari guy. His fingerprints are all over MUI. So yeah, he's got most of it working. So I'm not going to knock him. And his comment here is that basically this way of writing styles isn't generalized yet, but they are going to do so on a stable release. Now, what bugs me about that though is that I lose the ability to specify at the component level apparently certain things, or maybe they're still working it out. I don't know. Alright, so what do I really want to happen though? Well, let's close this. So instead of this being orange and then, or orange when selected and blue when not selected, well, clearly we just want the inherited background color, so we'll leave that alone. And instead of oh, now this is interesting. I wonder if theme can reference itself. I don't think it can. So you see here, when I merge the styles object with the theme object, within this definition I can reference theme, right? But here I'm defining theme. So I don't think within theme I can have theme refer to itself. Again, another thing that's kind of, you know. So we want this background color, when selected, instead of being gray, to be white, which is this. However, also when it's selected, we want the font weight to change, as well as the text color. So that's what the button uses when it's selected. And so we're going to do the same, but again, we can't, I don't believe we can reference theme. So theme palette primary dark is this. So we'll put this in here. And let's see if that causes it to match up now. I would suspect that that's going to change. Or maybe it's just a matter of me not being familiar with it. Alright, so login, we got white background, grayed out, fine. Info is now selected. White background, grayed out. Success. Boom. The camera froze. It's rather unfortunate because you didn't get to see my little shuffle. Very unfortunate, because I had... okay. Alright, there we go. There. I had a very good shuffle. I do the shuffle again, but the moment is gone. Ah. Trey unfortunate. Trey unfortunate. Alright. Okay, there we go. There we go. So, oh, interesting. What did I change here? Let's double check. What did I change? Oh, I removed that. Okay. Well, that's fine. So while we're here, let's go ahead and clean this up a little bit. We're not using these imports anymore, so we can go ahead and get rid of them. Scroll down to where we were messing around, make sure we didn't muck anything up. Alright, that looks good. Let's go take a look at this. So we've gotten rid of the selected styles. We don't need that link anymore. Save it all again. Recompile. And the camera froze again. What? To be honest, VirtualBox has been prompting me to do an update, and I've been delaying it. That could be what's causing an issue. So VirtualBox is supposed to be updated, and the Ubuntu desktop Cosmic Cuttlefish, or Cuddle Cosmic Fish, I don't know, is kind of ramming up against it while it's checking for its own updates. My guess, really, I just do the update, provided I remember to do a backup first. Alright, it compiled, okay. Let's make sure the links come up. View services, services selected. Catering. Contact. Good. Staff. Alright, good. And it looks like we said there was no more technical debt, but let's take a look. Double check. Look console. I mean, in theory, I would ideally go through everything again, but I'm almost 100% certain that all the tech that was dealt with. Let's try double navigation. Did the camera freeze again? Look at that. Look at that. Look. Trying to slow me down. Because I have had success. You can't slow me down. You can't stop the train. I don't know. Okay. It's going. It's just, something's running in the background that's really slow right now. Oh, I know what it is. Sorry. My apologies. I left my video processing application, Pinnacle Studio, open. And even though I'm not doing anything, it is apparently eating up a lot of memory. Actually, I think it also accesses the camera too, so that might slow it down. Alright, off the cuff, that looks good. So what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and finally commit those changes. And maybe commit myself too. It's, again, with the G's. Oh, whoa, that was a lot of changes. I'm clearing out a lot of that technical debt. Yeah, see with the Webpack Commons, that was with the live reload and the style sheet. All these other guys, that was mostly getting rid of the technical debt. Config and top bar, that was finally getting that style to match up. Tech debt and menu item style. Item style bug. Boig. Push the bad boy. It's been a while since I've and we're pushed. Let's go take a look at get. Gonna get got. Bella Music School updated 11 seconds ago, or now 28 seconds ago. All right. So we are checked in. We've got all that going. Where does that leave me? Where does that leave me? That's a good question. When was the last time I checked in my website? Demo template freelancer. 24 days ago. Okay, yeah, so that probably still has technical debt. Is it under notes or is it under readme? Might be under notes. No, it looks like the tech debt is gone. It's taken me 24 days to get through all this stuff. That's not good. Let's see, I believe that just leaves demo then. No, demo's cleared too? That's what it was. I was doing the live reload. I'd swept through and done technical debt. And then I wanted to figure out the live reload and the style sheet. And I was sweeping back through. And then when I got to the Bella Music School, I realized I had technical debt there. That's why I'm all mixed up. So what am I going to do? Can I dive right in and quickly make the changes to my site and my demo site? I could, but since I've run long these past 2 days, banging my head against the wall, or keyboard, or desk, or whatever, I think I will wrap this one up just a skosh early. And I'm also going to take this opportunity to let you be forewarned that I will be starting the deviation to my content just a little bit early. So I recorded a Gaming with Joe episode on Sunday, which I intended to upload Friday, which I've been doing since I switched my new job or new project. But then I went ahead and recorded another Gaming with Joe episode Tuesday. So I'm going to upload that first Gaming with Joe episode tomorrow, or publish it, I should say. I'm actually going to upload it tonight and publish it tomorrow. And then the other Gaming with Joe episode I will publish on Friday. But just a little heads up, Well, two heads up. One, the Thursday Game with Joe episode is another disappointing Gambit loss, so watch it if you want. And then the Friday Game with Joe episode, I was bamboozled by my mic again. I don't know how that happens, so if you want to watch it, you can, maybe I recommend listening to something else, some classical music perhaps. It is nice to have a symphony of the years playing while you're watching a symphony of destruction. That's a nice mix. But just because it's going to be a Game of Joe episode on Friday doesn't mean I won't have something else to upload. I will start with my content deviation, hopefully, if all things go according to plan, and you might see a little something on Friday too. So I hope you join me Thursday, tomorrow, and Friday, and all during my content deviation. But cool kid words right now about liking and subscribing, commenting, and suggesting. And until the next time you join me, I hope that you take care and God bless.